Love is Blind is back with season 7, and the mess keeps getting messier. The arguments are getting worse, the couples are sinking, and I'm just here amongst the chaos looking for a life raft going,
come back! Come back!
So we're now just a couple of weeks from the weddings, and you'd be hoping that this is the time where everyone would be happily in love. And the only kind of arguing that should be happening now is over what the wedding theme is gonna be. Like, will it be traditional or bespoke? What color palette will we have? How much lavender and pumpkin is too much if it's an October wedding? How much is too much pumpkin?
There's so much pumpkin, it's like a Charlie Brown Halloween special!
Instead, we've got Ramsey and Marissa with yet another scene from this season that starts out of the blue in a fight.
Well, especially like the sexual stuff, it's like, I'm clearly sick, have a severe vitamin D deficiency and the PMS. I don't want it to be something where you're like not satisfied because I am a sick person.
Well, Marissa is sick, and Ramsey's apparently got upset because she didn't want to put out while sick and on her period or something.
I just want to make sure that long term that it doesn't look like this.
Wow, she's that sick, uncomfortable, tired, and trying to rest, and Ramsey's really said,
No, I want to come.
No, I don't want you to come. You're unlikable.
I need to come.
to which Marissa said,
I need you to come alone.
and yeah, the only thing that's getting blown here is Marissa's nose, but Ramsey's is starting to get worried that this could be a sign of things to come, or rather not to come. Which is wild. It takes one night of not wanting to be touched for Ramsey's to wonder if they're going to lose their spark. I mean, God forbid she ever gets the stomach flu, and who's going to take care of Ramsey's while she's giving birth, huh? Who's gonna do that job? And as the show heads towards a full cast get-together party, where even cast members who left single are going to be showing up, pretty much everyone is crumbling. Ashley and Tyler are still in a bit of a rocky place after Ashley found out Tyler has kids, although after reassuring her that this was simply for a friend and her wife,
I had a very close friend, her and her wife wanted to have a baby, and they couldn't afford a sperm donor. I thought that was God telling me, help someone else.
well, Ashley decides to take things day by day. Meanwhile, Hannah and Nick continue to bicker about maturity and responsibilities, and Nick lets Hannah know that the way she speaks to him makes it seem like she thinks he's stupid. Or at the very least, that maybe she thinks he's a level below her. To which Hannah says,
I just want to be treated as an equal.
I think you get treated like an equal when you start contributing like an equal.
oof. I mean, it's not like she's entirely wrong, she's just cruel about it. Like, it's one thing to say, hey, I don't think we're in the same place right now, and I don't want to sit here and spend time feeling like I'm parenting my partner, but she just keeps belittling him, and it's not like he's lazily doing nothing, at least from what we've been shown.
I think I'm mature and I'm ready, and I just want to make sure you're mature and ready for it.
Yeesh, she tells people she's mature as much as Leo tells people he's rich and grateful. And then there's Tim and Alex, who, after a brief moment of lightness, are back in the dark, as one more scene begins in sudden argument. This time, Tim is mad that Alex decided to take a nap when his parents were in town to meet her.
As soon as the cameras cut, you decided to go to sleep at the first opportunity. These are the most important people in my life, and all I have left in this world.
Apparently, they drove 10 hours to come and meet them.
I had been trying to communicate with you all day during the day.
Can I just stop you right there?
Sure.
You're saying you were trying to contact me all day. I talked to you 3 times yesterday, and then at 5 o'clock you
Yes,
texted
but you
me.
were asleep for most of the day.
I was.
Now she says that she spoke to his parents for 4 hours and then went to go have a 1-hour nap. But he still says that that was disrespectful and shows the kind of person she is.
What I really want out of life and a wife, I have to be honest with myself that the answer between you and I, for me, is no.
I mean, is your mind made up?
That is what I said, yes.
Okay.
But okay, I clocked something during the meeting with his parents that I think speaks to where his head has been at for a while, and not just even right now, even before this.
We did bond on so much of the deeper stuff. She is my first ever fiance for a reason, but I don't think we're always in sync when it comes to some of the lighter things.
Right there, he says, she is my first ever fiance for a reason. As if right now he's thinking she's the first, but won't be the last. I think at this moment he had already decided, consciously or not, that it was over. This nap thing was just the final straw to put him over the edge. Alex then starts saying, "How dare you ask for my father's hand like that just days before this," which I kinda get, and that he never put in the effort to work on things that she asked him to work on, like showing more affection.
You want me to cuddle with you more. I intentionally rolled over and tried to hold you in that tiny ass bed. And upon asking you, you didn't even notice.
Because I'll sleep.
Okay, this is not helping your argument about not sleeping that much.
There is no scenario that I see myself standing there and saying yes to making you my wife forever. And I'm glad we can at least agree that I don't ever want to see you again.
So we're another couple down as we head into this fun little flapper-themed Podstars get-together at a bar. But of course, before this party can even start, there's yet again an out-of-the-blue argument. This time with...
I just want to make it incredibly clear that if other women from your past are talking to you, you're just shutting it down.
Yeah. No. Saw it this morning. I didn't know how to react. I just liked the message, and then I literally did not think about it the rest of the day. Wait.
So now even these two are arguing as apparently Garrett's ex texted him and he liked it, saying he didn't know how to react. But even though Taylor is upset and a little bit freaking out right now, she says she just wants to move on and not have this ruin the night. And so everyone begins to arrive, including Tim and Alex, but separately. First, they then divide everyone into guys and girls tables, and the guys are all laughing and joking, while the women look over like...
I hate their joy right now.
Yeah.
These dudes are talking whatever, while the women are left to list off all the turmoil they've been through so far.
Oh, I didn't tell you guys.
What's your shit? Ashley calling me.
Yeah.
What? Oh, yeah.
And then we start to see more people arrive. Monica's there, but we also see people like Bowden and Katie, the woman from the pods who was Nick's early number one, but she quickly dumped him, which maybe is something she's starting to regret.
Nick's so cute.
Nick?
Yeah.
Like, what do you mean?
He's better looking in person.
Oh, good looking in person? Yeah.
I mean that in the nicest way.
Nick's cute. I told her, I was like, he's much cuter than...
No, he is.
I feel like that sounds bad, but I just said it, so...
So Bowden goes to talk with Marissa, and there's just nothing there. Total friendship vibes. I mean, these three talk more as a throuple than anything. But then Nick goes off with Katie, where Katie quickly apologizes for assuming Nick was this stereotype of the football player she usually goes on dates with, and as a result, didn't give him a chance.
I know you gave me goosebumps.
You gave me goosebumps.
Alright there, R.L. Stein. These two are ones to watch for the reunion. Unless, of course, Nick and Hannah actually say yes, but, I mean, come on. These two actually ending up together? So while Katie goes on to explain that she didn't think Nick was quite there on a maturity level, but she thinks he's a really good person and is, quote, the total package, Hannah is over here talking through more of their troubles.
I haven't had sex with a lot of people, but the people that I've had sex with, we've been very sexually explorative. Nick's not like that. He doesn't like to eat pussy.
Okay, now that is an issue. You gotta follow the golden rule, my man. Do unto others as you want them to do unto you. Otherwise, people are gonna stop doing unto you, you know what I mean? And it's at this point that Hannah starts to eye Nick and Katie, and her warning bells are going off.
But Katie looks like she's lighting up, and I'm like, are you really my friend, Katie? She goes to me, Nick's really attractive. I said, Katie, you're supposed to be my best friend. You don't say that.
She said that to me tonight, too.
But the bigger issue right now is back with Garrett and Taylor, cause Taylor is still reeling from their argument, which only gets worse when Garrett brings it up to Ashley and Tyler with some new information.
Did you say anything back?
No, I just lied and said it was all good. I was like, oh no,
You
I'm sorry.
responded?
I'm sorry.
This is different.
I didn't tell you this, but I met someone, I'm engaged, and basically, like, I don't think we should continue sending messages, and I hope you have a great life.
Okay, so one, absolutely weird that he said he didn't respond, but he did. However, 2, the response he did give was, "I'm engaged, let's not talk anymore, have a nice life." He even gives her permission to look at his phone, which is a far cry from someone with real guilt that we've seen, like...
Were you guys texting today?
No.
You weren't texting today. Okay, let me see your phone.
I deleted the message.
Of course you did.
Still, Taylor is hurt, and she goes off to the bathroom where Ashley comes to, I guess, throw more fuel on the fire?
Omitting anything is a lie. We don't have any time to play these games.
Which is true, but not productive. Eventually, Tyler and Ashley leave to give these two space, and Garrett starts trying to explain himself.
But you're saying like there's a difference between just liking it and actually responding with words. Like I didn't think there was a difference there. And I'm sorry, and I missed that.
So yes, the omitting of the response was weird, and she's defensive for a reason. She's also been cheated on in the past. But I just feel like the facts of his actual response are being a bit lost here. Like, if I were in this situation, I think that response would reassure me. However, I agree, the omission and the fact that he didn't bring this up much earlier in the day is rough. I don't know, maybe he was scared? Ultimately though, emotions are on high right here, and the next day, everything is fine again, because guess what? They did the thing that healthy couples do. They went home and communicated. They talked for a long time through the night, cleared the air, and ultimately got back to a good place. Which is the opposite of what Nick and Hannah do.
What conversation did you have with Katie? You just don't know. My best friend in the whole wide world and my fiance are talking, and you guys are giggling, having the best time of your life.
But here's how we see where Hannah is immature. Cause this is all embellishment. Like, she's way more mature in some things, but we often look at maturity the same way we look at intelligence. Like it's a black or white thing with no shades of gray. You're either mature or not. You're either intelligent or not. But it's so much more complicated than that. You could be a really good doctor, but don't know how to zest a lemon. Does that make you stupid? No. Hannah is way more mature when it comes to household responsibilities or stocks, but the embellishment stuff, the not quite facts from the Mexico trip talking about that lady and the duckies, it's all shades of gray. I even think her calling Katie her best friend might be an embellishment to make her statement even stronger, cause we'll meet her actual friends later.
It meant nothing to me.
You said the person you need closure with is Katie.
I didn't need closure.
That's what you said.
I didn't say I
What
needed
did you
closure.
say?
Alright, so before the party, he did say that at first, but then he corrected that and said he didn't need closure.
Is there anyone you want closure with, Nick?
It might be Katie. You know, we matched up the first couple days, and at that time, I was interested in her, and then I just never saw her again. It's not like I need closure, but, you know, it's a simple conversation.
So this is where I'm frustrated. I'll explain it. Katie, best friend in the world. Today, when you tell me that Katie is someone that you're intrigued to see.
I wasn't intrigued to see her.
Again, another embellishment. I don't know if it's that Hannah builds up insecurities in her mind and then they start to meld into reality as she obsesses on them, but we're gonna mark this statement as misleading. Also, why do I feel like I'm having to fact check this relationship? At this point, part of me's terrified that Hannah's about to come out and say...
The rules were that you guys weren't gonna fact check, and since you're fact checking me, I think it's important to say what's actually going on.
Were you guys talking about how f***ing fabulous I am, or were you talking about your past relationships?
Mature enough at this age?
Are you mature enough, Nick? Because I taught you f***ing everything that you f***ing know. I turned into a boy into a f***ing man.
Okay, yep, now we're back to just being cruel.
I literally have done everything for you.
Into a boy
literally
to a
everything
man.
for me. I think you're literally the most fabulous person in the world. Literally.
Yes, and let's throw some emotional manipulation in there too. You're not mature, you're a boy, I did everything, I turned you into a man. I think you're also the most fabulous person in the world.
She is the worst! She is the worst person in the world.
So it's at this point that I recommend an immediate break. For many reasons, but one of them is that Hannah then says, I'm a fun-ass person, but around you, that hasn't come out. Even my parents are saying that I wasn't fun. And it made me think of something Miss Rachel posted, because I have 2 toddlers now, and this is what my algorithm on my socials leads me to. Listen to the way she talks about meeting her husband.
I knew he was my soulmate because I fell madly in love with him, but I also fell in love with who I am when I'm with him. He never dimmed my light, he set it ablaze.
It was the way she felt about herself while with him. That's it. That's the deal. Regardless of who's more in the wrong, Hannah doesn't feel like herself. She doesn't feel fun with Nick. That's it. End of story. Time to break up.
Katie had came up to me 3 different times tonight. My best friend
Yeah.
told me how attractive you were.
What does that have to do with me?
All right, now we're just going in circles. I mean, how many times are we gonna have to hear?
Is that a best friend who disrespects me like that? And is that a fiance that disrespects me like that?
Even though Nick did nothing really?
I was so excited to show you like my fun side and have a fun night. And like, of course I should have
Yeah,
sex.
but who ruined that? It wasn't me.
And Nick has finally lost his marbles and has no clue how to emotionally respond to any of this.
If I tell you I love you, bet.
I think I'm just ready for bed.
Bet.
Okay.
Bet.
Oh, Nick's angry now. He's entered bet mode.
Is there something that you are mad at me for that I could have done better?
No.
Well, things eventually move into a new day where Nick gets the joy of meeting Hannah's friends. And of course, this is a disaster. These friends are only getting the Hannah side of things, and they're naturally going to defend her, even though Nick tries to set things up by apologizing before we even start.
Sometimes I come across flirty, but it comes across the wrong way. So it's been an adjustment trying to, change for you.
So by me asking you not to flirt with other women, I'm changing your personality?
I wasn't flirting.
Oh my goodness, I am so done with her. Well, the friends show up and the conversation quickly becomes about if Nick is willing to do things like pick up more of the household responsibilities.
I'm willing to take on all of those risks and challenges.
That's a risky challenge?
She is so critical of him. And once more, things go extreme in one direction against Nick and then get pulled back with declarations of love.
I don't think it's a huge thing I need to change, and I'm willing to do that.
No, why is it so hard for you to get there then? Like, I love you so much and I never question like your love for me.
The world. She's the worst in the world.
Thankfully, though, they follow this up with a meeting that Taylor and Garrett have with Taylor's mom. As after Garrett went to visit Taylor's family off camera, Mom must have realized that this was the real deal, and now she doesn't want to miss it.
And I had to pull your dad back from the ledge and say, they're not our children anymore. They're adults. They're inviting us into this craziness and wanting us to be a part of it. So, chill out.
And so, she'll be joining Taylor for the dress shopping, where we also see Marissa's mom. Glad she's here for more fashion tips like, yeah, that's a nice dress, but could we go in a little more Wednesday dance scene direction? She also doesn't hesitate to repeat this line.
I've already made my threats to him, so he's aware.
She has.
I told him I'd cut his balls off.
Wait a minute. That would solve Ramsey's condom problem. You're a genius, Mom! However, one person is notably absent, and that is Hannah. Because apparently she was waiting for someone to finally give her a reason to dump Nick. Her family didn't do it as they couldn't say anything bad about him, but once her friends mentioned that they didn't like him, it was time.
Nick doesn't match me intellectually. Nick doesn't match my humor. She doesn't match me creatively. He doesn't match me financially. He doesn't match me like anywhere.
So she's bringing him out for one last breakup conversation, and here, well, she's ready to flatten this dude.
Respect, delusional, social awareness,
Maturity, confidence versus something.
maturity, and confidence versus ego. Those 5 concerns that I have are still there.
It's actually insane that she listed off all the things she did to him just there. I mean, I also completely forgot about that note she left in Mexico, but I mean, she has shown so little respect for him. She's deluded if she thinks it's all about him, and she's mature. As for social awareness, I mean, well, look at all the embellishment, the not listening to anyone until her friends came along, and maturity, well... and confidence in her stance while it's actually her ego? Hello? Dang, she went 5 for 5 on those.
For instance, like the Katie situation, for example, because I can use specific examples. I don't know if you can, but I can.
You're just throwing shade for no reason.
It's just the truth.
Then she comes out asking him to tell her all the responsibilities he has in life, like in a really condescending way. And it's at this time she pulls out a freaking notebook, like...
What are you writing? Writing? Oh, nothing. Drawing conclusions, and drawing this. You like it? It's very generous.
So Nick at this point is put on trial, like, is your cat your responsibility? Your dad wakes up to feed it, and I don't know what she's trying to accomplish here. Like, is she trying to make him look bad on camera to prove why she was right to dump him right now? And she then just asks him more and more questions about his responsibilities.
I'm a pretty simple man, right? So what are my responsibilities?
Simple men don't need a lot of responsibilities, right?
I'm not the type of man to sit here and come up with a notebook full of notes and bash you. It didn't
Is that
work.
what you think I'm doing, is bashing you?
Yep.
No, you got it. That's precisely what you are doing.
I have been trying, and I have been trying, and I have been trying, and I have been trying because, like, I love you.
You keep using the word. I don't think it means what you think it means.
She then thinks she's got this aha moment, saying she called him so as to not blindside him about this, and apparently he said...
And then you try to make up a game plan of how we're going to do this because you don't want to look bad. You said, I don't want you to just sit here and make me look bad. That's exactly what you said, Nick.
And it's as if, in this moment, in her mind, she's like...
Gotcha!
But no, he doesn't want you to make him look bad because that's what you do. You sit down and pull out all the reasons he's not mature or he's irresponsible to drag him on TV. I mean, you're coming out here with your notebook full of things to criticize him on.
I feel very manipulated and I feel very... weak. I just don't know if he's even real.
It is so wild how she says all the things I actually feel about her.
I think sometimes you have to be real and you have to be honest, and I'm so real and honest.
Okay, and there's the delusion again. But for me, what's wild is that there is a way that she could have done this, because she's right about certain things. If she had just been less cruel and more straight up about it, I'd probably be getting where she was coming from.
I didn't come this far just to come this far. You heard the, Kim K, Kim K's in that Drake song. I didn't come this far just to come this far, so.
All right, man, you're not helping your case here. But now it's just 4 days until the wedding. Everyone's got their dresses and their suits, and Ashley is fully back on board with Tyler.
It's not what I intended for myself, but I feel like it's worth the reward, which is you, so.
But of course, it wouldn't be the end of another batch of episodes without, you guessed it, a surprise out of the blue fight scene.
But we've been able to figure out all of our issues, been able to talk through a lot of things, but this is one of those things that
And this one is rather confusing. So apparently Ramsey's was talking with some people and this brought up fears of divorce. It's not entirely clear, I think. There are too many scenes where I keep wondering if I missed something, so I honestly don't know.
You talk to some people and then your mind starts to wonder. Sometimes outside influence is not helpful. They're not here with us. They did not experience what we experienced together.
But Marissa reassures Ramsey's that she wants to marry him. And that divorce, yeah, it's a worry that everyone has. But that's the leap of faith you're making when you get married.
I don't want to get to a place where down the road we're getting divorced.
We're all terrified of that. But that's literally the risk of falling in love.
And so, with just days until the weddings, these couples are barely hanging on. I, for one, am thinking we've got 2 successful weddings tops. Garrett and Taylor for sure, Ashley and Tyler now as well, but the rest, well, sometimes it's better to just, in the immortal words of my daughter's favorite Disney character, let it go, let it go. So that's it for this recap of Love is Blind Season 7, Episodes 10 and 11. Thanks for watching, and if you enjoyed the video, make sure to give it a like, comment your thoughts and theories down below, and subscribe to the channel for more content. And until next time, Bachelor Fantake out.
I need to come.
I need you to come alone.